So for strength, is there a sets and reps protocol that is pretty surefire?
So a way to just think about a really fast answer for power, well, speed, power, and strength is what I just call the 3 to 5 concept. All right, so pick 3 to 5 exercises. If you're feeling better that day, choose on the higher end. If you're feeling less that day or you have a shorter time frame to train, go less. So this would be 3 sets, or 3 exercises rather, or 5 exercises the most. So 3 to 5 exercises, do 3 to 5 reps, 3 to 5 sets, take 3 to 5 minutes rest in between, and do it 3 to 5 times a week. So that can be as little as 3 sets of 3 for 3 exercises, 3 times a week. That's a 20-minute workout 3 times a week. It can be as high as 5 sets of 5 for 5 exercises 5 days a week. So it's very broad and allows people to still stay within the domains of strength and power while still being able to move and contour their lifestyle and soreness and time and all those things. The only differentiator to pay attention to between power and strength is intensity. So if you want strength, this is now 85% plus of your max, right? If you want power, it needs to be a lot lighter because you need to move more towards the velocity end of the spectrum, because power is strength multiplied by speed. So while getting stronger by definition can help power, you probably want to spend more of your time in the 40% to 70% range, like plus or minus. So that's it. Both of them conceptually, they'll work. Everything else, the exercise, the reps, the frequency, all that can be still in the 3 to 5 range. Just change the intensity depending on which outcome you want.
The nervous system obviously plays an important role at the level of nerves controlling the contraction of muscle fibers. But of course, we have these upper motor neurons, which are the ones that reside in our brain that control the lower motor neurons that control muscle.
Yeah.
And this takes us into the realm of where the mind is at during a particular movement. And to me, this is not an abstract thing. I can imagine doing workouts that are mainly focused on strength or mainly focused on hypertrophy. And in the case of strength, am I trying to move weights? And when I'm trying to generate hypertrophy, am I trying to quote unquote challenge muscles? In other words, if I'm just trying to move a weight away from my body, pushing a bench press or an overhead press, I don't know that I want my mind thinking about the contraction of my medial delts. I think I want my mind in getting the weight overhead with the best proper form. And certainly with hypertrophy training, best and proper form is going to be the target as well. But that simple, or I should say subtle mental shift changes the patterns of nerve fiber recruitment. So can we say to get stronger, focus on moving weights, still with proper form and safely, and to get hypertrophy, focus on challenging muscles, still with proper form and safely?
It's very fair. Yeah, as a snapshot answer, it is a very fair thing to think about. Intentionality matters for both. In other words, if you look at some interesting science that's been done on power development and speed development, the intent to move is actually more important than the actual movement velocity. So if you're doing, say, something for power or strength, and you're doing just enough to get the bar up, that will result in less improvements in strength than even if you're moving at the exact same speed, but you're intending to move faster. And this is one of the reasons why good coaching matters. So if you're coaching an athlete through a power workout especially, and they're doing enough to just lift 50% of their 1 rep max, it's not going to generate as much speed development as them trying to move that bar as fast as they can, even if the net result is the same barbell velocity. Turns out nerves matter.
I was about to say amazing, but as a neuroscientist, if I say amazing that nerves matter, what's amazing to me is if I understand correctly, what you're saying is that even if the bar is moving at the same speed, same weight, if my internal representation, my thoughts are, I'm trying to move this as fast as possible versus I'm just trying to get the bar away from me and get the weight up, I'm going to get different outcomes.
Yep, this is quality of work, right? This is, did you do enough to just check off the box, or did you actually strive for adaptation, right? Similar concept actually works for hypertrophy in terms of there is a handful of very recent studies that have looked at what we'll call the mind-muscle connection. And this is doing things like, imagine a bicep curl. And you're simply looking at and watching your biceps and you're thinking about contracting it harder, even though you execute the same repetitions at the same exact intensity initial indications are the mind-body connection are going to result in more growth than not.
You just gave authorization for people to look at their muscles contracting in the gym.
Please do.
Oh
yeah, of course, right? Like,
but the selfie is still ruled out.
I'd rather you look at your muscles than your phone. So I'm fine with it. Those are initial. We don't have a large depth of research to support that. And maybe some stuff will come and counter it. But it matches what folks in that community have been saying for a very long time, right? There's actually some stuff on simply flexing in between. So if you've ever seen a bodybuilder, they'll do their set of bicep curls and then they'll get out and they'll flex and they'll check. And they're literally, this is what Arnold did, right? This is, if you go back to pumping an iron.
Or college weight rooms, I should say.
Right.
For some reason, there's something about that age group.
Yeah.
There's a lot of checking of biceps in college weight rooms for reasons that escape me.
If you ever interact with my wife, she will be the first to tell you, I cannot walk past a mirror without I'm checking something out.
That you can't, or that she can't?
I can't.
Okay.
Not her, me. I'm the one that cannot walk past.
All right, well then I'll be careful not to disparage that.
It has nothing to do with hypertrophy, but I'm just I'm a muscle guy, so I'm always thinking and tinkering, right? Whatever. But yeah, it is. I think it's very much worth your time to do a higher quality training session, be more intentional, be present, than just executing the same exact workout. I think that's globally very clear to be to your advantage. So if you're thinking, I don't want to work out today, I got all this going on, or I'm tired or whatever, I'm just going to do the workout anyways and get through it. Okay. If you can go, you know what though, I'm going to cut 15 minutes out of this thing. I'm going to get my head right. I'm going to go get 20 minutes of quality work done. That's your best option by far.